What's up, you guys? Today's TV show review is based on a bunch of fighters competing in a tournament in order to be crowned champion alongside a trophy indicating the best martial artist in the world, and I'm talking about WMAC Masters. WMAC Masters, abbreviated as World Martial Arts Council, aired in 1995 consisting of 2 seasons with a total of 26 episodes. The story focuses on a wide range of martial artists all from different backgrounds around the world as the goal is to become the Dragon Star champion by winning a tournament. Each character is given a dragon belt and have to prove they're worthy by fighting their opponent in various locations called the battle zones, but mainly held in the official WMAC Masters arena in front of an audience and the Grandmaster seen as a silhouette in the background. Once they win, the losing competitor has to relinquish his or her key symbol, which is like a coin or amulet, to the victor and must have 10 in total to compete in a match against the champion, who holds the Dragon Star, which is designed like a shuriken surrounded by dragons. The Dragon Star champion is usually seen sitting on their throne, which is located on top of the entrance underneath the Titantron, as he or she watches from above, observing the other matches, patiently waiting for someone to finally challenge them in a fight. Before each match, the viewers are shown a versus screen as well as stats on a scoreboard of the contestants as they're given a specific logo that defines who they are, a dragon belt status indicating how many key symbols out of 10 they have before advancing to the next round, and are given a unique martial arts discipline that shows the audience their type of fighting skill like karate, kung fu, taekwondo, hapkido, and so on. Depending on the stipulation of the match, each contestant either starts off in the council arena or in the battle zones, which are outside locations of various terrains where the fighters has to use the environment to their advantage. For example, you have Ghost Town, a western tavern, Doom City, an abandoned city with wreckage everywhere, the Dark Alley, which is an alleyway, the Mayan Mystery, a courtyard, the Stone Valley, a forest, the Nuclear Nightmare, a power plant, the Danger Dock, which is a boardwalk, the Arena Rapid Transit System, an underground subway, the Pressure Pit, an underground battle zone located 500 feet below the WMAC arena, and last but not least, the Battle Dome, which is my favorite as the arena is covered in a giant cage which is censored by touch as both fighters have 2 minutes to face off. If ever to touch the cage, the opposing fighter gets a point, and oftentimes ninjas enter to provide more suspense or a challenge, sometimes heading into sudden death. A lot of these locations can be seen at Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, as that was their primary filming location, which were also used as part of various stunt shows, especially the Rapid Transit System Battle Zone, which was the earthquake ride seen in one episode. Before fighting each other, they are tested with specific ninjas from the WMAC Training Academy, basically martial artists whom are used as jobbers before being called and making it to the official roster, assigned for each location as a warm-up like the Kabuki warriors or hooded ninjas in various forms of outfits and colors. Then, once the combatants get those out of the way, they are now able to fight each other. The fights are carefully observed by the Martial Arts Council, whom take score on how many clean hits were used, the character's speed, defense ability, and technique, which is also accompanied by the power bar seen on the left and right of each fighter. The closer the fighter's logo reaches near the bottom of the power bar, the closer they are to losing, giving it a video game type feel, and once losing, a banner of the logo seen in the arena explodes, making them eliminated from the competition. Now, after competing in a series of challenges against many fighters, the person who achieved all 10 key symbols can now face the Dragon Star champion, which takes place on an elevated rotating platform. If any challenger happens to be knocked off, the fighter left standing either remains or becomes the new Dragon Star champion, and the losing opponent has to start all over again trying to achieve all 10 key symbols again, labeling it as a second-degree belt and so on. Oftentimes the fighters are seen by themselves in the area as they're given a specific performance of their endurance or technique in a test your might or martial arts exhibition, like shadow fighting or breaking bricks, ice, or other forms of demonstrations. Each episode starting with Season 1 is hosted by Shannon Lee, the daughter of Bruce Lee and sister to Brandon Lee. She basically describes what's happening alongside a robotic narrator who mostly provides introductions to matches and sometimes final calls. So within the WMAC Masters lineup, you have The Machine, Red Dragon, Olympus, Superstar, Star Warrior, Tiger Claw, Great Wolf, Yin Yang Man, Turbo, and Tsunami. Aside from these main characters, you have some whom only appeared in one season or less, like Panther, The Kid, The Bam, Cyclone, Tracer, Warlock, Wizard, and I guess Little Bam alongside minor cameos of Striking Eagle and the Rat. As for the women, they barely had a roster as both seasons combined only focused on 3 fighters the most, like Mouse, Lady Lightning, Princess, Baby Doll, Tarantula, Black Widow, and Chameleon. And with that, all these fighters follow the code of the dragon with the 8 Dragon Star points: respect, loyalty, wisdom, honor, compassion, forgiveness, courage, and discipline. Each episode within the first season showcases their origins on their character and how they created their name. As a segue to lead into other matches, you basically see all the martial artists backstage called the WMAC Masters headquarters either talking, training, or telling a story. In most cases, depending on what the episode is about, only a selective group of fighters are given more screen time as others can be seen in the background with barely any recognition. Each story usually contains an in-depth look on a particular fighter based on their past that contains a moral lesson to be learned from. For example, the Machine talking about his anger, both brothers Star Warrior and Superstar talking about overconfidence, Yin Yang Man on being handicapped, Baby Doll on her overachieving father, Red Dragon on his love life, Olympus on teaching disrespectful students about the rights and wrongs based on decisions, and Tiger Claw with Great Wolf on their friendship about trust and promises. Then, when you get to the second season, the show takes a different turn regarding its storytelling as it dives into more of a plot-based fantasy rather than real-life issues. For starters, during the match between the Machine and Superstar, all hell breaks loose at the end, introducing us to a secret masked ninja who eliminates both fighters in their match for the Dragon Star. The remaining episodes has all the other fighters trying to uncover his or her secret identity. As the plot thickens, 2 of the fighters, Tracer and Warlock, scheme basically giving us bad guy portrayals among the rest. Shannon Lee is now replaced with a robotic female voice as well as the power meter, now being a smaller bar that occasionally appears on and off screen at the bottom. Due to one episode involving an earthquake and destroying parts of the headquarters, it now gets an upgrade with a juice bar, fancier layout, and a computer screen seen in Season 1 that now has the characters using it to look up character profiles in the database. In one episode, we get introduced to a new group of ninja warriors called the Jukido, who's basically a clan trying to shut down the WMAC after being banned from not following the code of the Dragon Star. Wizard, the brother of Warlock and once a member of the group, ends up getting ambushed by them but saved by Tiger Claw, who discovers one of the members carries a logo of a dragon symbol on the back of his head. After pointing fingers at each other and looking for clues, we eventually find out that Warlock and Tracer are part of the clan. We learn Warlock plans on getting the Dragon Star to take over using practices of the Jukido, and after winning all 10 key symbols and fighting for the Dragon Star, a misstep happens with one of the ninjas during the match, thus causing him to be knocked off the rotating platform, ruining his plans and aiding for a plan B. By the time you get to the end of the series, Great Wolf ends up having a vision that the Dragon Star went missing, and lo and behold, it comes true as it disappears from the Tri-Chamber Dragon Cell and replaced by Jukido Dragon during the ladies' match. Although the mystery is left unsolved at the headquarters, we're seeing Tracer and Warlock discussing their plans on the Dragon Star, taking it to a faraway location, hoping the WMAC will take the Jukido clan seriously, as they are accompanied by one more fighter who basically betrayed the WMAC Masters Council, and you'll just have to watch to find out for yourself, leaving the entire series on a cliffhanger and unfortunately cancelled soon after. One of the things I really enjoyed about this episode is the mystery behind the Jukido clan. Even though Panther does not appear in the second season, Tracer and Warlock imply that they should be careful trying to corrupt and take over the WMAC as they don't want their fate to end up like Panther's, giving us an awesome spine-chilling what-if scenario. Another thing I enjoyed is the roster used for this show. For example, a lot of the names listed here are fighters whom took part in other various well-known TV shows, movies, or video games as stunt doubles or motion cap characters like Mortal Kombat and Power Rangers. With all good also come some cheesy yet entertaining scenarios like the audience assuming to be actually people in the arena but end up being ninjas from the academy, and sometimes even having their fighters enter the audience and even kicking their asses. Now that's badass. Then we also have Olympus, who brings out his toy Nerf gun and uses it in some demonstrations. Before every episode concludes, a special PSA is given by a selected character telling us the moral of today's episode and providing a lesson of positivity to benefit from. Although it was short-lived, at least they were provided some action figures alongside playsets for anyone who's a fan of the franchise. This show is exactly how you can picture the 90s, with martial arts being at its all-time high, with a plethora of movies releasing and fighting being one of the most popular hobbies or way of life. It just made my Sunday mornings even better when waking up as a child. Although the acting on some characters are pretty bad and some jokes throughout the seasons providing some type of humor can be misled as corny, it is, however, a very entertaining show to say the least, especially with some awesome music. And just when it finally had a more clear and precise direction, the cancellation due to its poor ratings and unsolved cliffhanger leaves many fans of this overlooked yet semi-forgotten show to crave and desire more of a reunion or even a reboot today. Therefore, WMAC Masters gets a B/B+. Thanks for watching, give a like and subscribe for more TV show reviews, and stay tuned for the next episode.